Ash, drunk off his ass, driving in circles with Pablo's corpse next to him in the car, was quite possibly the most heartbreaking thing I have seen in both seasons of Ash vs. Evil Dead. I say that, but at the same time, I was having a really hard time not laughing with how they wrapped up Pablo's corpse with his legs up by his head. And I do find it a tad bit sick that Ash is grieving more for Pablo than he did his own dad, but maybe his grief for his dad dying is wrapped up in all this. And, you know, his dad wasn't his best Mexican buddy. I'm so happy that even in Pablo's death, Ash is still trying to be PC about what he calls Pablo. Okay, and what about that casual mention of Ash once going back to the Middle Ages? That was a big deal. He fucking time traveled to the Middle Ages, and he remembers it so casually. No big deal, traveled to the Middle Ages, introduced people to my boomstick, had sex with a hottie that then got real ugly, and in one ending, slept way too long. Just normal shit. I guess when your life has been full of deadites, nothing is that crazy to you anymore. I also didn't think they would ever reference him going to the Middle Ages, so I was infinitely more excited when he just casually brought it up. And I think maybe they got away with it because this happens at the end of Evil Dead 2. I'm not really sure. Also, is it me, or are these people really comfortable with drunk driving? Like, super comfortable. Who gets in a car with a drunk person? Although being drunk and heroing is like my favorite type of role model. And did they kill the bum or not? I didn't notice blood on the front of the car, so I'm assuming they time jumped in time, but I'm not really sure. I kind of hope they hit the bum and then time jumped, says a really kind and empathetic human being. But regardless of whether I got my bum killing wish, they managed to time travel back to a little before the first Evil Dead movie. And they did this so well. Look at the portal from that movie and the portal in this episode. Really, this could have been a spit on the originals in so many ways, but they nailed it with the professor and his wife. And fun fact, Ted Raimi reprised her and it was amazing. I was kind of hoping she wasn't a deadite and he actually was just slapping around an innocent old woman, but I guess I can't have all my wishes come true. Also, I'm not an expert on bear traps either, but I don't think his method of getting that student out was very effective. Oh, and I also like how they threw in some references to Back to the Future with the car, and then the mentioning the using of knowledge of sports to get rich. Also, that was really nice, them teasing about his hand when he was about to cut off his own leg, and then he said there has to be an easier way. And then he basically did every stupid YouTube challenge video in under 60 seconds. Ash forgetting where the book was also a nice nod to the original movies. I noticed Kelly was grumbling a lot about Ash this episode. I mean, she always grumbles about him, but this was much more intense. I'm taking it she was more fueled by her anguish over Pablo dying, and I'm hoping this isn't setting the stage for her breaking away from Ash. Or dying. Super surprising hearing Ruby talk Ash up so much, though. Makes me worry about her, too. That tree trying to kill them, they were incredibly lucky. Sometimes those trees try to do things. Though people do have a low success rate of escaping those killer fucking psycho trees, so kudos to them. Okay, here's a twist though. What if the other possessed trees were watching those two women and they got really frustrated that they ended up escaping, and so they take out their anger and frustrations on the next woman they get a hold of? So now I'm worried they already changed the timeline with what they've done. Encountering Henrietta and probably killing her next episode has to affect something. She was taken care of in the second movie, but now with Ash possibly doing it before his younger self even arrived at the cabin, has to have consequences. And the guy that he told to drink, he messed something up with that. Is that the bum we saw before they time jumped? What if Ash was meant to do all this and he really is playing into fate's hand? He isn't changing anything. He's just setting up a terrible future for himself. Maybe that's what the bum being there is hinting at. Everything is already set. Have fun fucking yourself over, which might mean we're never getting Pablo back. So those are my thoughts on this episode of Ash vs. Evil Dead. What did you think? What did you like? What did you dislike? And how excited are you for the finale? Please like this video, subscribe, and come back for more things that I put out.